Hey, STAT students, welcome. My name is Dr. Stewart. I am the full-time faculty at the Kingman campus for Mojave Community College. I'm excited for you guys to be joining me for stats. I know that there can be kind of a negative stigma around statistics, but I just wanted to kind of make sure that you guys are excited that you're going to be kind of taking a different type of a course. We're going to have some math involved. We're going to have some social behavioral sciences topics involved and kind of how those two kind of mesh together. All right. So if you guys like psychology and you guys like math, I think you're going to really enjoy this. And those of you who only maybe like one or the other, then at least you'll take something out of it. But the biggest thing for students is that even though it might be a more challenging course, by the end of it, they do have a greater understanding of when they go through journal articles in psychology and they read different research and kind of like what all of that jargon is in the methodology section, which is what you guys are going to be learning. So what does it mean when you look through different types of statistical tests? What does that mean? How do they get all of those percentages and how do they get all the p-values and all those interesting facts that you're reading, what all that kind of means. So you'll have a much better understanding of that. And so when you read through different articles that you come through for all of your other courses, it should kind of make more sense by the time you get done with this course. All right. So I just wanted to give you like a quick overview of what to expect in the class when you log on. So every week when you kind of log on, you're going to start at this homepage. Before we do anything, I want to get to the Start Here folder though. So let's click here. Everything in the class is kind of laid out the same. When you click on one of the folders, you're going to have these different tabs. So you're going to have this first tab that you're going to have the video. The first thing is this Padlet here. This is going to be your first assignment for the course. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to kind of do what I did. You're going to upload a photo, put your name at the top, and then list one interesting fact about you. Okay. So how you do that is you can either double click on the screen. So you can put the subject as your name, a photo. It could be a photo of you and your dog, you and your spouse, you and your siblings, whatever you want. And then write one something interesting or one fact that you want everyone to know about. It should only be a couple sentences or one sentence if you want. It doesn't have to be your whole life story. So just keep that in mind. You can also click on this little plus sign and it'll do the same thing. So double tap or you can click on that. That's kind of how you add that. All right. I got started a little bit. I didn't put anything interesting about me because I do have that in my bio section. This is me with my husband, who is the other Dr. Stewart, the lead of the social behavioral sciences department at the Bullhead City campus. So we're at a Knights game right there, enjoying ourselves. But yeah, just go ahead and put something there and we can all kind of learn a little bit about each other. The third tab that I have here for everybody is the MCC resources tab. This first thing that I have here is Talkspace. So for those of you who don't know what Talkspace is, it is our completely free mental health support that we have at MCC. It's a wonderful resource that we have to all of our students because they can make a profile using their MCC email, and then they can log on and create a username all for free and then use the platform in terms of therapists, counselors, psychologists, all for free. So what you can do is you can click on this tab, or I should say this link, and it'll take you to talkspace.com/Mojave, enter your student email to get started. You can create an account. After you created the account and it asks you a bunch of personal questions that are all secure, you'll be matched with a psychologist, therapist, whoever that you kind of want to work with. You can select from the list and then you can get chatting with them. And then you can also download the app on your phone and then you can chat with them directly on your phone. So it's very convenient. It's very easy. It can be used for a number of different things, from stress to depression. If you have relationship issues, maybe you have, something that happened in your family, like a death, and you need to talk to someone about that. Maybe you're struggling with the transition to college and you need some help with performance or organization. You can get someone to talk to you for that as well. And remember, it's all free, so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, which is wonderful for students. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to answer your questions about Talkspace. Other links that we have here for you guys is the college library's website. So anything that you need there, you can click and you can get, your references for your class assignments or other courses as well. We have the MCC help desk, which is mostly for IT related issues. So if something's not working, you can contact them. You have your handbook here, your code of conduct, the MCC Student Success Center, which is a great resource to students. Maybe they need a little extra help with writing. Maybe they need help with math. You can get a tutor for that. You can see somebody in the actual library, or you can get somebody online to help you out. You can sign up for online tutoring as well. So really great resources here. Just check those out. If you ever have any questions, you can let me know. All right, I'm moving back home. And then I'm going to click on the course resources, which is different than the MCC resources because this is specific to the class. So the first thing that we have listed here is your course syllabus. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and bring it up. I do have an entire page of my contact information, but if you ever do need my contact information, it is on here. My office hours this semester are going to be Thursdays from 10 to 12 and then 3 to 4. And that's going to be in my office in Kingman. You can also find me in the library for my tutoring hours, which are going to be from 1 to 3. If those times don't work for you, then you can always try to set up a Zoom meeting with me as well. Just go ahead and send me a request either via Canvas or via webmail, and we'll set up a time that works for both of us. And then I can send you a calendar invite as well. If you do want to show up to one of my times up here, just make sure that you kind of let me know, hey, I'm thinking about coming, on Thursday at 11. That way I can prepare myself and we can kind of get everything ready for you before you come. The syllabus lists, obviously, the class days, the 100% online for stats, the drop periods, the withdrawal times, and then your calendar. If you need anything on the academic calendar, it's listed. The LMS that we're going to be using is, of course, Canvas. So hopefully you guys are at least a little bit used to Canvas by now. If those of you who are new, Canvas is just kind of the new learning management system that we started last semester, and hopefully people are getting used to it by now. Your course description for the classes here, your outcomes are here, kind of what you're supposed to be taking away from the course. And then the different materials that are needed. Of course, you need Canvas access to complete your assignments. You're going to need Wi-Fi. And for this, you'll also need MindTap, but that's with your book as well. So we will get into that in 1 second when I show you what that is. But just make sure if you, for some reason, are without Wi-Fi, you can always come down to the college. We have free Wi-Fi. If you're without a computer, we have computers that you can get checked out, or you can actually use them at the campus as well. So there are options for you if something happens to not go your way with internet or with a computer. Your textbook is going to be the Essentials of Statistics, and that's for the behavioral sciences plus the MindTap. So you are going to use the MindTap to complete assignments. This is going to be the 10th edition. The ISB number is listed there, and you're going to have a course registration key that you're going to use, and I have that right here. So you can click on this and you can register, and I also have that within Canvas too, and I'll show you where to find that. And when I show you that there, I will then actually go to Cengage and show you what MindTap looks like, okay? Other resources that you will need is Microsoft Word. And then for that, you will need to write some term paper in this class. So when you do that, if you don't have Microsoft Word on your computer, then you can go to your My Mojave account and then you can use it there, because it is free for students in your My Mojave. So just to remember that. Last thing that I wanted to go over before kind of getting into a bunch of different class policies is that I don't accept late work in this course. And I actually don't accept late work in any of my courses. For those of you who've maybe had me before, you can definitely attest to that. And I don't do this to be mean. I do this because I do think it's easier for students to understand deadlines and become actually less stressed when they don't have to worry about overdue work kind of piling up on them. I have heard from students that at first they were not really keen on this guideline in the class, but after kind of understanding like what was expected of them every week and knowing the dates, they felt a lot better about it and less stressed because they knew that they had to get it done. And if they didn't, then they would just move on to the next assignment. And then they can kind of not have to worry about too much, overdue work kind of piling up on them, which can be really stressful too when you're trying to catch up. The good news is that I understand things come up, life happens. So if something does happen and you're not able to submit something, that can be used as a drop assignment. I do give one drop assignment to whatever is the lowest scoring assignment that's impacting your grade at the end. So that could be something maybe you scored low on, or maybe something you totally forgot about, or maybe there's a week and you're just like, I don't want to do this, and then you didn't. That could be your drop assignment. The only thing that it cannot be dropped is your term project, because it's worth a big percent of your grade. But everything else can be dropped, but you only get one of those. So if you have a couple things that you don't turn in, at least one of them can be dropped, and that's the good news. All right, so the other ways that your grades are kind of scored in this class is kind of listed here. Everything's weighted. So the MindTap assignments are going to be worth 40% of your grade, which is a lot because it's a big chunk. Your participation in discussions is worth 30% because we do a lot of other work in terms of your discussions and like your critical thinking and your discussion questions. Your term project is 25%, and then other little assignments and quizzes, mostly that you're going to be doing this first week, like your syllabus quiz and your APA quiz, that's worth 5% of your grade. All right. So everything can be checked in the LMS, which is Canvas, and you should be good to go. A few other things I just want to go over with you is that class disruptions, just make sure that when you're writing in the discussion boards, everything is, courteous. Writing assignments, you're going to be using APA. So those of you who are familiar with APA, you're going to continue to use that. Those of you who maybe are new to APA, we're going to be going over it. I give you some resources to kind of use that, and you can use the library. You can use Google Scholar to find references for that. Plagiarism, of course, is not tolerated. So if you're using APA correctly, then you shouldn't have to worry about this. Just make sure that you use citations, and you should be good. We use Turnitin to check all of your work in terms of your papers. So that's another way to get around that. Participation is going to be scored with your discussion questions. So 20% or 20 points, I should say, are going to be for your actual answer to the question, and then 10 points are going to be from a response to a student. Your discussions are going to be due on Thursdays, and then your responses are going to be due on Sundays. So everything's going to open up on Monday, and then by Sunday you'll have everything, your MindTap work and everything due by then. But Thursday is the day to complete your main participation discussion question. Okay, and just a reminder there. And then I'll have you kind of read through the rest of this for additional course policies. Just make sure that you're checking your Canvas and all that good stuff. This is the schedule. So if you want to know kind of what we're going to be working on every week, this is kind of where you check it. There will be a week or two where we're going to have a couple different modules due. And it looks like it's going to be week 11. We're going to have 10 and 11 due. So maybe when we get down to this, you want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit extra time to do that extra work. And then we'll all get down to this last week when your term projects will be due. Okay. Last few things down here, just a quick reminder. This is where you can get help with the Student Success Center, more information about Talkspace. Your student emails, remember, you should be checking those at least once or twice weekly. We do send you information, important information from the admin to your student emails. Sometimes instructors might send you an email through there, mostly through Canvas, but you never know. So just make sure you check those, all right? And other important information is down here. I'll have you read over that, okay? Okay, so we went over the syllabus, and now we're going to go to your textbook. So your textbook is going to be within the MindTap. So you can buy a physical book, but if you just purchase the correct ISBN number that I listed, then you can definitely get everything in one. So what that looks like is that when you click on that link to sign up for the course, it's going to take you to Cengage. You're going to have a username, a profile, and then you can create that and get into the MindTap. Now, if you want to get Cengage Unlimited, that's an option. If you have my class, which uses Cengage, and maybe another course that uses Cengage, you can use that unlimited, and you can get, you know, as many courses or books that you need for that one price, because it's quote unquote unlimited. So you might want to think about that and compare it to, you know, the prices for the two individual ones. I know if you're paying for two courses, you're going to be paying more than if you just do the unlimited. So just something to know. But this is kind of what it's going to look like. You're going to have different assignments and different chapters for each of the different ones, and you're going to have, like, we'll learn it and apply it. So this is kind of what you're going to be doing. You're going to be working through MindTap. Do not wait one day to complete this. Like, don't wait until Sunday to try to get everything done. It won't let you do it. It takes multiple days to get these different assignments done. So you probably want to start this maybe on like a Monday or Tuesday and work your way through completing these. All right. So it's not just, I'm going to sit down and do this in an hour. It's going to take a couple of days to work through this and kind of learn from your book. But your book is listed over here. So you can click on this and it'll actually bring up your whole book. And here it is. All right. So you can kind of flip through that and go to different chapters. All right. So that's what it looks like. All right. And this is more information about MindTap. Okay, so here you can click on it to get to your portal. Here's the exact link to get to the course that I'm talking about, where you're going to sign up for the specific stats course. And that should give you all the information that you need to get into the class. If you have an issue with MindTap, make sure that you contact them. I can't control or help you with anything that's related to their website. If you have something specific to my class, you can obviously reach out to me, please do. But anything that's MindTap related, you're going to want to make sure you get them on the phone. You do get temporary access until January 30th for free. So if you haven't registered or you haven't bought your book yet, you do have free, access until the 30th. But after that, then it's going to make you pay for it. So make sure you have, your book paid for and all ready to go before the 30th. This is more information about citations for APA and the etiquette rules. This is really online etiquette. Just a reminder, if you're going to send me an email or anyone else an email, like one of your instructors, or even communicate with students online, you want to make sure that you're using proper online etiquette in terms of, addressing the email to me or whoever, dear Dr. Stewart, my name is, so-and-so, and I'm in your, PSY235, 851 course. This is my question. Just kind of a reminder of that. Some students don't, and they just ask, I don't understand, or I don't get this assignment. I don't know who you are. I don't know what class you're in. So just make sure that you lay out all the components so I can best help you. All right, a few more things. Instructor contact information. This is, again, another place that you can find all of my information, my email, my work number. If you, need that, my Zoom. I have a little bit about myself in my image here if you need anything. All right. This course cafe is questions that if you want to address the class, if you have a question, maybe other people have a question too as well, you can put a reply in here, ask the question. The entire class will see it though, including myself. If that's, if you think you have a question that other people can answer, that's awesome. If not, then you just want to send me a message. Make sure that you just send me a direct Canvas message or an email. But that's a way that you guys can communicate as well. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is the course modules. These will be, visible to you, but you won't be able to click on them until they open. So this one's going to open up on the 17th, but until then you won't be able to open them. So if it denies you access, that's why. So the first module, you're going to have the same layout for everything. So your video is going to be first. Please make sure you watch all the videos before doing anything. I kind of explain what you need to do. So the video, the learning outcomes, kind of like what you're supposed to be taking away. The read and review is really what you should be doing. You should be reading the chapter textbook. And then here I have APA citation and formatting guides. Other ones I have videos or things to read. So just make sure that you watch those videos or read whatever I post. And then the assignments are everything that you have to actually complete. So you're going to have your discussion this week. You're going to have your MindTap work, your syllabus quiz, your APA formatting quiz, and your Padlet. seems like a lot, but it's just the first week kind of getting introduced to the course and everything like that. But that's how everything's going to be kind of lined up. So hopefully you're good to go with everything now that I kind of took some time to go over it. It's probably seems like a lot, but it's really not that much. We'll work through it, and I hope you guys are a little excited to learn about stats. Don't be too afraid. We'll make this as painless as we have to. But I look forward to working with you guys this semester, and I will see you all in Module 1. Bye.